Welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, B Farm. Thinking right out here in my lab. Well, I do what I do for you. Today, I got something nice for you. Let's go. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receiving them. We got a good thing going. I appreciate you. Let's do what we do. Right Thinkers mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is to get all right thinkers to do just that. Know thyself. If you're a right thinker, you come here to get the information to give you the knowledge to know thyself. That should be your goal. Is my mission that you get that. That's why I'm here every day doing what I do for you. Let's go. I asked the question, do you know you? It's rhetorical. But if you're not answering for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. Again, that's what I do for you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not. You teach them. They're simple. They're ready to learn. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm a spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows, excuse me, and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to my eye, be true. Right thinkers, you know, let's talk about esoteric and symbolic knowledge. What's that? That's what I teach. Let's talk about it. What's the definition for esoteric knowledge? Hidden knowledge is esoteric knowledge, meaning it's a little under the ordinary. You don't get it from the basic. And obvious knowledge is basic. Exoteric knowledge. ES is hidden. EX is visible. That's the one that they show you. So when I give you information, I give you knowledge. It's going to be the hidden. It's going to be symbolic. I'll be able to break it down so that you can understand it, so that you can use it the way it's intended to better yourself, aka to know thyself. So let's talk about what I teach. Our ancient ancestors mastered what we know as symbolic, esoteric knowledge. What you mean? They called it religion. We have symbology in the animals, anthropomorphic sign that we show you for the gods and the deities. In every animal that they show, there's a purpose and reason for that animal being that person. We call it the headgear. I tell you, you know the gods by the headgear. So the symbolic meaning of the headdress, again, of the god and goddesses, we know them by that. And all of them have a headgear that signifies who they are and what they represent, an aspect that they bring to the table that's a part of your personal character. I keep telling you, the gods are personal aspects of your personality. That's the difference. And if you can understand it with esoteric knowledge, giving you the hidden meaning, symbolic knowledge, giving you the symbolic purpose and the reason, you should have what? Self-knowledge, and that's the best knowledge. That's what I teach. If you saw the hawk-headed god, you know off right the back, that's either Ra or Hadu. Okay? Everybody can't wear the falcon head. Everybody don't have the falcon head dress. Why? It's reserved for those who up there. Falcon, it means up there. Hadu, it means him up there. And Ra signifies what? God that is visible. Amen, Ra, Ptah, and the Trinity of God. From the triangle. The triangle is Amen, Ra, Ptah. That's how things are manifested. Okay, hidden, seen, and then manifest. That's another lesson. But let's talk about the concept of Esoteric messaging, knowledge. I was a Masonic dean of instruction. I know the different masons. You have operative masons. They work in the field of masonry with mortar and brick. A speculative mason use the same concepts for what? A more noble and glorious purpose. Or we're speculative. We use it mental. We use it metaphorically, allegorically to get across lessons in life that you can learn. That's what the Masons teach. I learned that. I taught them for 15 years, Dean of Instruction, so I'm pretty good with esoteric teaching and symbolic understanding. So let's go. And back in the day, when you saw the lady with the feather and the bandana, hey, that's my girl, my eye. So everybody had what you call a calling card or a headdress that signifies who they were. And if you understood the concept, then you would get self-mastery from learning that aspect of your character and utilize it. Maya means balance, equanimity. Ra means the Almighty One, the Spirit that's in all of us, God personified. Okay, now, symbology is what? The study of symbols. Signs and symbols, one of the first books I learned to read was about ancients, ancestors, aborigines. Everybody used what? Symbols and signs to what? To communicate. The circle, the dot and the circle. Every Egyptian knows that's God. Circle, infinity, the dot is where it all starts. Y'all call it the Big Bang. The dot is you. You circumscribe yourself, keep yourself in due bounds. If you use a compass as a mason, the only way you can make a circle is a compass. That's why it's one of the tools that you build yourself with in Masonic concept. So symbolically, they use it for measuring, make circles, but masonry use it for what they call a more noble and glorious purpose for you as an individual to get you to be a better you. Masonry done that for me years ago. Okay, so I just keep the concept around. Why? Because it's useful and it works. That's why. I don't give you no passwords. I'm not giving you no secret messaging, but I will give you the tenets of masonry that you can use. Why? Again, they work. Okay, and the symbol for God, aka Ra, was guess what? The circle and the dot. The dot, the circle, excuse me. The symbol for noon, which is the watery abyss, they called it for you biblical people. The abyss, the noon was total chaos, possibility for the watery abyss. Okay, with what? Potential. That's what Ra gave. He brought in the potential to what? Let there be activity. It was in the darkness. Let there be light. And from that point on, it was on. Society, civilization became into existence. The universe is all. Every headdress was the symbol to what? Identify the individual god or goddess in their aspect or the gift that they have that they bring to your personality. Okay? Well, my logo. Okay, the eye. The eye of Haru, the all-seeing eye, they call it. No, it's the eye of Haru. Why? Because that signifies that I know myself. It's the quintessential concept of I know me. If you see a guy walk around with an eye on, he's letting you know I'm conscious. Simple. Okay, that's the calling card. That's my logo. And for all right thinkers, that's what you want them to know. When you sporting the eye, you let nobody know I know me. I know thyself. Simple. I spent a lot of years studying the God and goddesses by the headdress and the symbolism behind it. And that's where my self-mastery comes from. Why? Because I implemented everything I learned and I found out that all of them work to the T. Simple as that, across the board. Now, when you implement the God's gift, you take in, they call eating the gods. Why? You think, drink, and eat that God aspect of your character and it becomes part of you. Now, we have the gift of the animal that symbolizes Tahuti. He's symbolized by the baboon or the eye of the bird for a reason. Again, they all have a purpose and a reason. You study and understand the reason, and you'll get to understand how to emulate that God. Tahuti is the brain, the constant thinker. He's God's mind. Okay. Also, reason and thought. Again, that's what he do, and he keeps track. He describes. Okay, why he keeps record. That's why at death he's there what? Still keeping records. And he's the one going to have everything that's been going on. He got recorded. Why? Because he's in your head. Moving on. Now, esoteric knowledge, aka the hidden true knowledge. When we tell you about the Masonic, quickly, the Masonic, you see the square and the compass. Okay, those are all Masonic tools that operative Mason would use to measure out when they are his tools. A Masonic person uses it for what? Again, speculatively, to build himself to be a good edifice. You build buildings with operatively, speculatively, you build yourself to be a good person. That's what Masonic basically is about. But they do a few things that I learned to learn later on, but I lived Masonic life over 20 years. I loved it. Why? It gave me insight on myself. It didn't get me where I needed to be, where I wanted to be. That's why I was still in search. And I went when they said, don't go, northeast corner. Another lesson. Let's get back to this one. Sorry. But with esoteric knowledge, I teach esoteric, I taught esoteric drug dealing, knowing the art of I call it the handoff. If you and I make eye contact, now that we're about to make a transaction, we already know what the deal is. You have never, nobody in my neighborhood can say that they see any of my people do a handoff with drugs and change the money. That was taboo. You did it undercover. You did it incognito. That's the art form. I taught that. Again, just something else that I learned acquired along the way. Another skill that I passed along. Again, wasn't good, but it's still a skill. And none of my people got caught doing the handoff. I still, not wood, never got caught making a handoff. Everyone in my hood knew what I did. I was a local drug dealer. Everybody knew that. I wore the clothes. I did all that. I did. But it was all good. Okay? Well, I took care of the hood. The hood was safe. Nobody getting robbed. Nobody getting killed. Nothing of that nonsense. I kept everything pretty much copacetic. So I was welcome down my hood. I saw the new breed drug dealer. They sucked the life out the hood. Nonetheless, not that it was ever good, but yeah, we all ate in my hood. Moving on. Now, but I mastered what? The art of, what was that? Oh, drug dealing. And I had symbols of what? A drug dealer. The clothes, the look, the swag, all of that. Everything about me said, bad guy, drug dealer. I didn't try to hide it. I didn't act like anything other than who I was. So again, even when I was wrong, I was 100% involved in what I was doing. All in, okay? When you get up every day, like a police officer, you put that gun on your hip, you either going to kill or be killed. That's the game you playing. If that's what you're doing, that's what I was doing. So again, I understand. Next one, where we at? Now that I have spiritual truths, I've accumulated over a period of time. And now the art is what? Knowing the symbolic and esoteric meaning of what? Things that will help you better yourself. The god and goddesses of Egyptian mythology will help you better yourself, just like the tools of Masonic order helps you build your better self. Same thing, same concept, trust me. That's why I call it esoteric and symbolic. Moving on, where you at? Down here. Okay. Okay. If you don't know what I did tell or show you what I kept it hidden. You knew what I was about, but you never see me do it. Again, the handoff. You never see me make a transaction. You never see me give up some drug or some bag of weed to somebody or any of my workers. That's how we operate in secret and hidden. We did what we did, but it's the way we did it. Simple. Around the corner, my competitors, they run up to cars. They out there flashing money. We didn't do none of that. That's why we didn't get rated every week like they did. Moving on. All right, where we at? Now, I know how to move in the streets, okay, when I was doing that. And I how to avoid the police. If you're doing wrong, the first thing you need to do is how to move and how to keep from getting caught by who? The police. Moving on. Esoteric and symbolic knowledge, aka it's a yogic philosophy. That's what I'm breaking down now. I'm giving you yoga lessons now. Okay. I taught Masonic knowledge, aka esoteric and symbolic knowledge. Again, I gave the breakdown of the working tools. A lot of people, Master Masons, don't have a clue about their working tools outside of third degree. They don't get nothing but the trial. They think that's it. You got 11 more emblems and tools that you use as a master mason. Most of them don't have a clue. Why? They don't study. That's why most of them don't study, so they don't know nothing except what they learn. Basically, again, the esoteric, the basics. They don't know the hidden. That's the difference. Okay, a good mason, esoteric knowledge. A good mason, esoteric knowledge. You don't know no more than what you know. Oh, if I tell you, I got to kill you. Really? If you got to do that, you don't know what you're doing. Moving on. Let's go. So I taught the knowledge for over 15 years as a dean of instruction, master of my lives for 5. I don't teach esoteric knowledge. Wasting my time. You already got that. That's the basics. I don't waste my time on the basics. So this is advanced knowledge, advanced information, college level stuff, okay? Not high school, grammar school stuff. No, we got to raise up past that. You got to get better. That's what I teach, okay? And again, I don't teach esoteric knowledge. Everybody does that. I teach the hidden esoteric knowledge, okay? And it's all about spiritual truth. It's the art of knowing what? The symbolic and the esoteric meaning of certain things and certain personal understanding so that you can use it to your benefit. In India, my man said, we got over 3 million gods. And if we get more creative, we have more gods. Why? You can symbolically make God whatever you symbolically want him to be. That's why it's another lesson. We'll talk about that too. I got something nice for that coming up for you. But watch this. Where we at? Down here. Now, right thinking philosophy is all about teaching exoteric and symbolic knowledge. So for you to what? Know thyself. My whole goal is to get you all the knowledge you need to do just that. Know thyself. And with the hidden messages, knowledge and understanding of the symbology behind the messages, you will do just that. Have knowledge of self. That's my goal as the right thinking. In higher consciousness, in the higher consciousness state of mind, you have what? Mastered your esoteric and symbolic knowledge by what? Gaining, manifesting, learning, manifesting, and mastering for yourself. So then you know thyself. Wrapping it up, last one. I appreciate you tuning in. Hope I'm getting this lesson across because I'm about to go into the process of transformation. So I tried to set this one up to get to the next lesson. So this is the beginning of the next lesson for you, the transformation. And with esoteric and symbolic knowledge, that's what's going to make you be able to transform. Let's go. Last one. Understanding signs and symbols. Again, that's our ancient ancestors' philosophy, and having the esoteric and symbolic knowledge of them. That's the goal. To be a right thinker, you have to have these knowledge. That's why I give it to you. Now, I'm all about what? Reading and understanding of our ancient signs and symbols for what? Self-knowledge. I need to know for myself. If you study it and you read it, that's fine. But if you manifest it, if you implement it, now you become the master of it. Why? You master a concept that was taught to you, that you learned, and you prove for yourself. You can call it whatever you want. Once you master it, right thing is my choice. Moving on. If you see your body, the body is your spirit. It's in the falcon form. And you see at Judgment Day, there's a falcon on the side. That's you. If it have your head on it, that means that signifies that, yeah, you gonna pass the test of Maya. But if it's there without your head, not looking good for you, that means you don't know yourself. That means you're not conscious of who you are. You can't pass the test of the light heart. Feather Maya. Why? Without knowledge of self and purity of the heart to do all the things you need to do. If you didn't do those things, you will fail. Simple. I rock the eye of Haru. Why? Because, okay, yeah. Now, back to the bar right quick. The bar signifies spirit going home. The ego is a four-legged animal, meaning it's earthbound. Set the ego, it don't aspire, it don't rise, it don't get better. You can become conscious of who you are. That's why your head goes on the spirit, which is the falcon body. Moving on. That's again the concept. I rock the eye again of Haru because it's the sign that of God is what? In me, I know God and I are one. Hence, know thyself. Thy is God. Self is you. Okay? Get it? See, it's a play on words, but if symbolically or esoterically you don't get it, you'll get the exoteric. Oh, he just said know thyself. No, it's a real deep meaning that comes with that. That's the purpose. Thy is the key word. Thy kingdom come, okay? Thy will be done on earth as in heaven. Y'all take and say the word, but do you symbolically and esoterically know what it means? You walk across the gown, the academia walk across the gate, the stage, and get the little cap out. Don't know the significance and the symbology behind what they're doing. Don't feel bad, okay? I'll be watching. I'm paying attention. I know things like that. Moving on. Now, I can read Medjugorje. I didn't study it. Why? I've been doing it so long, I can recognize the size of myself now. So I'm doing it unofficially, but I'm learning as I go. Why? Because I've been looking at it for the last 30 some odd years. Okay, simple. I picked up a few things. All right? If you're around somebody and they're doing something that's good, and you don't pick up a few things from them, why are you around them? Get around. Again, it's called good association. It's good to be around people who, if you're in the room, if you're the smartest person in that room, you're in the wrong room. I'm just saying. I don't ever want to be in the room when I'm the smartest person in the room. Simple. Moving on. Last one. I teach and give true knowledge, aka self-knowledge, but it's esoterically delivered and symbolically broke down so that you can understand it. That's right thing of philosophy goal, to get you esoteric and symbolic knowledge that you can know thyself with. That's my goal, that's my mission, that's my intent, that's my lesson. And in closing, right thing, because you know the deal, may you all live to be 100 and be 100 minus a day. So I never know that right thing, like you passed away. Keep getting the esoteric and symbolic knowledge, because that's what I give you every day. I'll be back.